Hi guys, it's Amy and welcome back to my channel, Honestly Invisibly Sick. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing lupus. But before I get into that, I want to get my disclaimer out of the way. I am not a medical professional. This is just my story and what works for me. Sorry about that. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, and auto means self. So what happens when you have lupus is with lupus, your immune system is overactive. And it thinks that your healthy tissue in your body is a foreign invader, such as a bacteria, a virus, or something like that. So then it begins to attack your healthy tissue. And it's a chronic, lifelong disease. There is no cure for lupus. There are things that you can take to keep your immune system down so that it doesn't attack your tissue, or at least slows it down, but there is no definitive cure. Hopefully in the future there will be more research and they can figure out different ways to treat it, but as of right now there is no cure. Lupus can attack your body in so many different ways. That's why it's so hard to get diagnosed with lupus, because it has such a big array of symptoms and it's different for each person. Somebody may have symptoms that I don't have, and I may have symptoms that somebody else don't have. So it just makes it really difficult to get that diagnosis. And not everybody follows the same pattern. I know my ANA wasn't that elevated, even though my inflammation markers were really high. My ANA wasn't as elevated as they thought it should be to go ahead and get diagnosed with lupus. And so I went a long time not knowing what I had. I want to say in my last video I said that my joint pain didn't start until or my first video, it didn't start till till 2014. That's when my hands really started to throb, but there was still pains before then. It was just easier to say, oh, this is because I did this, or this is because I did that. It was just easier to make up an excuse for the pain. And my back pain, I had mentioned that in my first video. I have had back pain since I was like 15 years old, and sometimes it would be really bad, or it was really bad, but I had no idea what was causing it. And after I had my daughter, like I said, it made the back pain so much worse. And that really was my first symptom, was the back pain. And then, like I said, whenever I was 19, I was diagnosed with the eye conditions, and then that started the ball rolling. But there was always like pain, and there was always fatigue. I was always tired, but I just thought, everybody was tired. I didn't know that there was anything wrong with me. I just knew I was tired all the time, and I would just try to push through. I remember in the early years of being married to my husband, we actually had a conversation, because he asked me one time when we went to a family member's house how I was able to be so up and going, but whenever I was at home I wasn't. And I tried to explain to him even then, without knowing what I had, that I would pay for doing those activities at a friend's house later. So I knew something wasn't going on, wasn't right. We definitely knew there was something going on, but we didn't know what it was. My mom at the time had been diagnosed with MS, which is multiple sclerosis, which is another autoimmune disease, and it attacks your nervous system and your muscles, and it has a wide gamut of symptoms as well. So we were just thinking, oh, I have MS like Mom. I never went and got tested for it because I didn't really have insurance at the time, and I really wasn't worried about it because my mom, she was hurting and had days that she had trouble getting around, but it really wasn't that bad. So I was like, okay, well, if this is just all it is for her, then I don't have to worry about it. And I really, like, at that time didn't have, hadn't went to school for anything, so I didn't have any any idea as to what MS is and how bad it actually can get. So we just chalked it up to that. And I remember when my baby was little, and I used to dance with her and sing to her to get her to sleep every night. Holding her was such it was such a chore. It was like so painful, and I just really felt like I didn't have the strength to hold her. But of course I did what I had to do, as any mother would, and I just sucked it up and dealt with it. But it was really hard. Like my shoulders and my arms would hurt, and it would feel like she weighed 50 pounds and she was only like 10 pounds, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. I know I had a lot of weakness in my wrists and arms and hands, but I never knew what was causing it. I remember also an episode when my daughter was little. I was walking to the sink to put her bottle in the sink, and my back popped out. So I was kind of stuck in a squat position, and it took a little while for my back to kind of pop back in, and I was able to stand up. So there was symptoms in between there, and like my knee pops out. My left knee will pop out sometimes, and when it does, I kind of fall on the ground. It hasn't happened in a lot of years, and I'm thankful to the Lord for that. But it can happen, and I have no warning. Sometimes it'll be sore, and it'll just feel really tired. Like my knee feels tired. I don't know how to explain it, but I just know that that's what's going on, and then I kind of baby it, and it won't pop out. And then sometimes I get no warning, and it just pops out. Like it popped out 2 times on my wedding day, or not on my wedding day, 2 times on my honeymoon, and most of the time it would happen at home because I pretty much stayed at home. But in my younger years, it was a lot more frequent because I didn't listen. I wasn't kind to my body and didn't listen to my body telling me to slow down. So it would pop out at home. And I remember one time when my daughter was, I think she was like 6, I took her and her friend to a movie theater, and I got up and boom, my knee popped out. And my poor baby was so mortified. She was like, "Get up, Mom, get up." And I don't know if you've ever had a joint pop out, but you really cannot get up right away. It takes a while for that joint, first off, to pop back in, and second of all, for you to be able to move it, because it's excruciating. I have had my hips do the same thing. I did find out, which I didn't include in my intro video, that my joints are hypermobile, so that's what makes them pop out. I don't know if anybody else has that. It just means that your joints can move quite a bit past the range of motion that they would normally have. So that's why that happens. But I just wanted to throw it in there. Like, it wasn't like nothing happened and then out of the blue my joints started hurting. But I mean, that did take me off guard because I had never experienced it at that level before. So now back to explaining lupus. Sorry for that long side note. But yeah, lupus can just affect a wide gamut of things. Like it can affect your skin. It can affect your hair. I actually actively lose my hair because of lupus. Not to where it's like my whole hair falls out. I know that some people have where they lose a whole head of hair. I don't. I just get little thin spots, kind of like right here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's really my worst spot is at my temples, and it just gets super thin, and then the hair will kind of grow back, and then it will repeat kind of the same process over and over again. And I take biotin for that, and that's just like an over-the-counter supplement. But talk to your doctor, and they'll tell you what to do, because that's what my doctor put me on. So just make sure that you're letting your doctor know about all your symptoms. And of course, we know that lupus causes joint pain. It can cause swelling, swelling in your fingers, swelling in your feet, swelling in your hands, just swelling in different parts of your body. I get my swelling in my hands and my feet. My hands and feet always look like I have sausage fingers and toes. It really never goes away. Every now and then I'll get a day where it's like just super where it's not swollen. I can see how skinny my fingers are. They're naturally skinny. They're not fat sausage fingers. and it kind of just shocks me when I get to see what they really look like versus what they look like on the everyday. My hands swell so much that I had to go and get my wedding ring sized up 2 sizes. I'm normally a size 7. This is a size 9. When my hands aren't swollen, I can pretty much turn my hand down. If I shake it really good, it'll fall off. But when they are swollen, it's tight. I can't hardly move it, and it leaves an indent. So then I know when it starts leaving an indent, I need to take it off so that it doesn't get swollen on my finger. And then I have to go get dish soap or something to try to help get it off, which has happened. I had to learn to stop sleeping in my wedding ring because of this. I would wake up in the morning and it would be stuck on my finger. So it also causes, lupus also causes chronic fatigue. You're exhausted all the time. And I don't mean exhausted like, oh, I just need to rest my eyes for a minute. I mean exhausted like you have not slept in months. Like you're going to die if you do not go and lay down. And I know that sounds a little bit extra, but that's how you feel. Like you feel like I could sleep on the floor in Walmart, and that would be what I would need to do. It gets like that sometimes. Of course, I try to make it home, or sometimes I might nap in the car, shut my eyes for a minute, and just take a little nap. A 15-minute nap makes a world of difference. I really need a half an hour, but I can take a 15-minute nap and be fine. Not like totally fine, but I can function. It gets to where when you're exhausted, you can't concentrate on anything. And I know for me, I used to fight all the time going to sleep, especially before I knew what I had. I'm like, this is just that. You know, you get the afternoon tiredness. So I would just fight it. I would try to drink a little bit of coffee or something caffeinated, or eat like a candy bar or something to try to pop me up, which you shouldn't do. That's not healthy, but I was younger and I didn't know what was going on. Sorry, my eyes. My eyes do run. If you didn't catch my last video, go back and watch the one on my eye conditions and it will explain everything. So I wouldn't take a nap, and whenever you don't take a nap and you're having a exhaustion flare, it's not just being tired. I will start to feel like I have the flu. I will start to feel sick. I will get nauseous to my stomach, and it will remain that way for the rest of the day if I don't just go and lay down for 15 minutes. I've learned to be more kind to my body, and I just go lay down. Not only do you get sick with it, I wanted to mention too, you start feeling like your arms and your legs weigh like 20 to 30 pounds a piece, and you just feel like you can't even lift your hands up or your legs up, and it's just everything is, you have to do in slow motion, and it's really painful. So for me, I'll just go lay down and take my nap, and then I get back up and I can function much better than what I was functioning before, and I can focus on what I need to do. Along with exhaustion, and it can also cause a skin reaction. I know I get the lupus rash on my face, the butterfly rash, just the molar rash. There is another lupus rash that you can get. It's itchy. And sometimes it can burn. I don't get that. It's called discoid lupus. I don't get that on my skin, and I'm very thankful because I have psoriasis already. So psoriasis is already itchy and irritating and all of those things. So I'm very happy that I don't have the discoid lupus, but you can get that. You can get it on your face, any part of the body, on your head, and it's very painful and just very annoying. Other types of things that can go wrong with lupus is it can attack my eyes. It's attacked my eyes. It can attack your lungs, your heart, your liver, your spleen, your kidneys, just all over, any part of your body. Your brain is up for grabs. Also, I have a lot of memory problems with my lupus. I'm actually going to have to go see a neurologist again. This is like the 3rd time I have had to see him because I was having like severe memory problems. Like we all get the fatigue and the lupus fog and the fibro fog, because I have both of it. where it makes it difficult for you to concentrate. You just feel like you're, I feel like whenever I'm having that, like I'm functioning underwater. It's just, everything's in slow-mo. I can't pay attention. I can't gather my thoughts. And sometimes you can have a little bit of memory loss. But when I brought it up to my rheumatologist, exactly what's been going on with me with my memory loss, she said, no, this is not lupus related. There's something else going on. So I have to go back and see the neurologist again and probably get an MRI of my brain to see if the lupus is in fact attacking your brain, or attacking my brain, and not in the normal way of just the cognitive dysfunctions that you can have with lupus. There are different ways that lupus can attack your brain. It can attack your blood vessels, and lupus can cause blood clots, and some of those blood clots can go to your lungs, your heart, and sometimes to your brain. And in severe cases, lupus can cause you to have a stroke. You can have seizures from lupus because of having all of these gamuts of things wrong with you where your immune system's attacking yourself. So I have to go and have that checked. I have had episodes where I've forgot where I was driving to and drove way past where I was driving. This has happened with people in the car. It's happened with people not in the car. And then I have to figure out exactly where it was that I was going. And it's very scary when you don't know where you were driving to. I have the typical, where you walk into a room and you're like, what was I in here for? I have that. But if I have, I'll have that every now and then, or sometimes where I can't get, say if I'm trying to say broom, I can't get broom to come out of my mouth. No matter how many pictures of different brooms I see in my head, I cannot get that word to come out of my mouth. And I have times where I stutter trying to get different things out, and I never stuttered before. I never had a stuttering problem my whole life, and now all of a sudden I have moments where I stutter. It's not all the time. It just comes whenever it decides to come, and I'll have it for a little while I'm trying to speak and I can't get it out, and then it'll go away. I've also had times where I couldn't keep up with my medication, so I have to be double checked with that to make sure that I take my medicine when I'm supposed to. I've also had times where I don't remember what I did the day before, and that happens quite often. My husband and my daughter and I, we just laugh at it because it's not funny, but it is funny when you think about it. My daughter asked me, what did you have for lunch the day before? She knows I have no idea what I had for lunch the day before most of the time. But I've also had times where I misplace things. I recently threw my phone away because I had no idea where I put it, and for whatever reason, and I didn't know, I have no idea why, I put it in with a fast food restaurant bag, and I threw my phone away with the bag. When these things happen, I have no idea why I do them. I also had episodes where I was using my daughter's toothbrush. I don't know how long I used it because I don't even know when I started using it because I forgot what color my toothbrush is. I also put things in the refrigerator and in the cabinets that don't belong. I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm doing it, and we have to catch it. And sometimes we don't catch it until it's too late. I will probably make a little parody of that because I think it's funny that it I don't think it's funny that I have it, but I think it's funny that it happens. So if I can laugh at it, maybe you guys can laugh at it too. I think that about sums up everything with the lupus. Some days are better than others. I was really having a good run with my Plaquenil and my meloxicam, but my Plaquenil has stopped working now, so we're probably going to have to figure out something else. Yeah, so I think I covered all of it. I probably will do a video later on because I'm going to start doing kind of health and beauty videos on Mondays, and I'll probably do ways to cover up the molar rash, and also probably psoriasis later on, but we'll get into that in the psoriasis video. But I'll probably give tips and tricks to cover that up, and things that you can do to help yourself or help alleviate a little bit of the pain with the lupus. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that on Mondays. I don't know if I'm going to do it this coming up Monday or the following Monday, but I'm going to start getting that out because we have different health needs than what normal people do. We have our own individual, even with beauty, like different kind of makeup, like we need some serious coverage, and then sometimes you don't. Sometimes you need some light coverage. So there's just a lot of different things that we need for moisture because our skin gets more dry. So yeah, I'm going to get into videos like that, I think, on Mondays. So I'm going to start doing twice a week. Fridays would be my health videos, and then Mondays will be tips and tricks to try to help you get through, whether it be beauty hacks or some new device that's out there or something like that, or just a good lotion, just things like that I think I can recommend to you guys that will help you out. So I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Tap the bell and hit all, and that will give you all of my videos. You'll get them as soon as I post them. You'll get to know that I posted them. And also don't forget to like this video. That way it can get out so more people, so that other people can be able to watch the video and see that they're not alone. And also, don't forget to comment down below. I'm here for support. If you need support, just comment down below. If you're going through something, if you just need prayer, I'll pray for you, whatever it is. You're not alone. I'm here for you. I know our hard days are really hard, and people who don't have it don't understand. Even this video is just kind of, as I'm saying it, it's just kind of going over it, but it doesn't really show when you're living it. I have really been fighting back and forth with myself to post the bad days, and I may start posting the bad days, just so that you guys can see that you're not alone, and so other people maybe can see what it is that we go through, because I've had a lot of bad days here lately. So I'm still going back and forth on whether or not I will do that. I probably will. Especially our mornings, because a lot of people don't understand how bad our mornings are. Like, I don't even get up and start functioning until I'm out of the bed. I get up at 8:30 to take my medication, but I don't function until around 11 because my body needs time to adjust. And if I don't give my body that time to adjust, then I start feeling sick. I know I have issues, and I meant to say this earlier, where I shake in the morning sometimes if I try to get up and do things too fast. So I make sure that I give my body whatever time it needs to relax. And we got to understand that we're not being lazy. You're being kind to yourself. If your body's telling you to rest, honey, rest. Whatever you have that is going on in your day is not worth you not being able to function for the next 2 days because you pushed yourself through one day. So if your body's telling you to rest, rest. You can't worry about what everybody else thinks of you. They don't understand your disease, and if they do have it, then they understand that you're tired. So, alright, that's all I have to say. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page at honestlyinvisiblysick, and that's all I have. Thank you guys. You have a blessed day. Bye.